Hey guys, here is how you can perform division problem easily. Any division problem very easily. We are going to be doing this division in about 3 to 4 parts. And so this is going to be basic, okay? And so to be able to solve any division problem, you need to first of all understand what a division means. To divide means, division means sharing. It means sharing, okay? And sharing, to share, you would have to share in groups. That is, sharing is done in groups or parts. Okay, it's done in groups or parts. Say, for example, you have 10 oranges. 10 oranges, and you are asked to share among 4 kids, or let's say, yes, share among 4 kids. All right. You see that these kids in this example represent groups. So we have kid A, we have kid B, we have kid C, we have kid D. All right. If you do this, you have 10 oranges. You start first giving 1 orange to A, then you give the next orange to B, then you give another orange to C, you give another one to D, right? Then you give a second orange to that group, a second to this group, a second to this group. Okay, and so if you do this, you discover that each group, all right, each group, that is each kid, takes what? 2 orange juice. Each kid takes 2 oranges, and we'll have a remainder of what? 2 oranges. Remainder of 2 oranges. All right, so you see what you have just done is division. Because you have 10 oranges, you are asked to give it to 4 kids. So you give the first kid 2, you give the next kid 2, you give the next one, right? You see, the remainder 2, you cannot give it to A and B. Say you give them 1 1 and leave out C and D. It means you are going to be partial. So in division, we say that it is sharing done equally. Okay, sharing done equally. All right. So rather than give out to A and B and leave out C and D, you would just put it as a remainder. Okay. And so we have cases where you would have this situation where there are no remainders. It's just equally distributed. Say you have the same oranges, the same 10 oranges, and shared to a group of what? Say 5 now. 5 kids. Okay? So you see that you now have group A, group B, group C, group D, group E. All right. So the first group takes 2, the next one takes 2, and then the third takes 2, the fourth takes another 2, the fifth takes another 2. You see that everybody gets their oranges. Okay. So in the first case, in the first example, in example 1, where we have 10 divide by 4, we say that the answer is equals to what? 2 remainder 2. While in the second example, where we had 10 divided by 5, we say the answer is 2 without remainder. Okay, so this is how division is done. This is exactly how division is done. But as we move along, certain things starts getting complex. However, before we move along to being complex, let's further explain certain. Okay, moving on to words used to mean division. Used to mean division. Number 1 is divide. Number 2, parts or groups. Number 3, quotient. Quotient. And number 4, fraction. Okay, although fraction is a little bit deeper, I'm going to be explaining as we move along. We have signs and symbols of division. Number 1, we have this, which is also called division sign. Okay, we use this mostly for sequential division. Sequence. Okay, when we are dividing in sequence. When we are dividing in sequence. Okay, and mostly when there are no remainders, and we have, this is the exact sign for division. However, permit me to use the square root sign in my explanation. We have this symbol that we use for division. Okay, this is mostly used for long division, comma, decimal division. All right, we have long division, decimal division, and we have something like this. Excuse me, more like a dash. Okay, we have something like this and like this. Let me give them space so that you see what I mean. Okay, these signs are used for division, and they are mostly used for fractions. Alright, they are used for fractions. Alright, this also is used when we have remainder. We have remainder. Alright. Okay, so under division, we are going to be treating these topics. 1, we are going to treat basic division. Basic division. We are going to treat long division. When we are going to treat decimal division. Basic division. Under this basic, we are going to be doing sequence, that is dividing in sequence, division with remainder, and division without remainder. And this is the focus of this particular video. So decimal division. Now I'm going to turn over to the drawing parts of it so that we can take examples and see how we move along. So let's look at the basic division. Basic division. We are going. Okay, so you have basic division. We look at sequence. Okay, when you are given say 18 divide by 3. 18 divided by 3. Okay, what that means, solution, what that means is that you are to divide 18 into 3 sets of people, or 3 groups. Okay, so like we did in the first case, we have group A, group B, group C. All right, this is 3 groups. These are 3 groups. First, let's give 3 3 to each group. 3 3 3, that's 9. Okay, it means that we can give another 3, another 3, another 3. Okay, so it means that each group now has a total of 6 6 6. Okay, 3 plus 3, in this case 3 plus 3 is 6, 3 plus 3 is 6. Each group have 3. So what it means is, when you have 18 divided by 3, you are being asked to share 18 to 3 groups. And so you see that each group A receives 6, group B receives 6, group C receives 6. And so when you are asked to do this, what that means is the answer you have is 6. That is 18 divided by 3 is 6. Let me come with that again. 18 is the parts that you are asked to divide. 3 is what the groups you are to divide them into. What each group receives is what your answer is. Okay, and so what this means is that when you have 18 divided by 3, all right, 18 falls at the left hand side. I'll call that LH is. 3 falls, let's put something here. Let's put a question mark there. Okay, so let's say that 3 will fall at the right hand side. Please, I know that when you have an equal sign, it divides it into left and right hand side, but I'm just using this to explain for you. So the left hand side in this case is 18. Okay, the right hand side in this case is 3. So that your question mark, all right, is outside the, let's just call it outside the equal sign. Now if you look at that 18, okay, that part where 18 is what we call dividend. That part where 3 is what we call divisor. The answer you get, that is what each group receives after your division, is what we call quotient. Quotient. Please, this is very, very important, especially as you start going into long division. The part that you are dividing is called dividend. The group you are dividing them into is called divisor. And then what each group receives is called quotient, and that is in most cases the answer you get. All right, now that we have this cleared, we can have, you see in the first case there are no remainders in our division, so we can have, say, the same 18 divided by 4. Let's see another example. 18 divided by 4. Yes, we say equals to what? Let's put a question mark. So you have group A, B, C. Alright? Now in this case, each group first, let's give them 3. and give them 3. Okay, 4. 4, that would be D. We give C 3, and we give D 3. This would be 3 plus 3 is 6, 3 plus 3 is 6, that's 12. From 18, we can still have, let's say, 1, 1, 1, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we can have each group receiving additional 1. Okay, it means that in total, group A will receive 4, group B will receive 4, group C will receive 4, group D will receive 4. And 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 4, 12, plus 4, 16. This 16 means that we have a remainder of 1. So in the case of 18 divided by 4, we would say that we have, what did each group receive? 4. Each group receive 4, so we say 4, remainder 2. Because you see, you have 16, then you still have a remainder, which is 2. Alright, and this becomes your answer. So this is how we perform division without remainder and division with remainder. We are going on to see how we can use this symbol in division.